Hi there, and welcome to Green Shoe Conversations, episode 22. I'm Stephany Cochran, the executive director for the Green Shoe Foundation, and we're excited that you've joined us today. With me, I have somebody who you may not be expecting, but I'm so glad she's with us, Miss Amanda Newland. She is our marketing social media guru, director, expertise of all things. So how are you doing today?
I'm good. That was a very long title you gave me.
I know. I think it's fun. Yeah, titles are fun. Yeah. And they can also be dangerous. So we'll be careful with what jobs I give you. At least I found that, sometimes my title means a lot of different things.
Yes,
So,
many hats.
exactly. Hey, over the last month, we've kind of been introducing all of our team. So especially if you have not tuned in, go back and meet Steve and Rebecca and Teresa, kind of our amazing therapists. And one of the main reasons we were doing this is October has such a strong focus on mental health awareness. I know there's 1 week out of the month that there is a lot of publicity and things focused. For us, it's kind of a daily thing. This is something we take very passionately, but we thought it'd be a great opportunity to highlight our team. And this being actually a little awkward for me, today is our turn. So yeah.
I'm awkward. I feel I'm so used to being like behind the scenes. So this is like terrifying for me.
Right. And I know I get excited. It's like, yes, I get Amanda on because she's like, I don't ever have to be on. And we weren't scheduled for this week. So let's be honest. We actually had another podcast scheduled, and timing wise, we've been in this historic ice storm for October, and y'all lost power. I know I lost power. We had some different internet issues and stuff earlier in the week. So the really fun one, I don't want to give it away because it's really a cool one, we're going to try to do next week. So
I am excited about next week's.
I am too. But that means we got bumped up a week. So
yeah, no pressure.
I know, but here it goes. But I have found one of my favorite things to talk about is Green Shoe. So we'll kind of introduce ourselves a little bit, but yeah, I'd really kind of talk about what Green Shoe is kind of, I think, meant to you and I. And probably not a lot of people know who you are, but you are so instrumental on who Green Shoe is. So I'm going to let you start. Why don't you kind of give us a little bit of background about yourself and maybe tell us how you kind of came to Green Shoe.
Yay, my favorite part. Well, I'm originally from Oklahoma. I did grow up in Edmond, graduated, did all that fun stuff. My husband and I relocated to Austin, where I converted to be an Austinite, very, keep Austin weird. And my family thinks I'm a traitor because I root on the Longhorns and not the Sooners. So sorry.
And that's why you and I get along so well. So yes.
Right. Sorry. But no, just professionally, I was very fortunate to get very creative jobs. I started working for home builders, working with in their design studio, and then it kind of transitioned into social media, web design, and then just kind of carried on. So yeah, I've been very fortunate in that, and it's something that I love to do. And the fact that I get to be a little bit more purposeful at Green Shoe with, being more positive on social media has been really it's been so awesome. And it helps because you guys are awesome. I just love it.
Well, and it's been so fun, and it's almost been a year. You realize your year anniversary is coming up.
I know.
Yeah,
it is.
I know. And so it's been so fun though, because you've been able to really kind of encourage and push us into some of our creativity, or show us how we can express the creativity we already had. We just didn't know we could also do it, with this. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
No, you all are just creative in different ways. So it's been really cool. Like the collaboration's been awesome.
I think that's what makes this team so neat, is because we really are, 5 different pieces, but it's fun how we all kind of come together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, the different ideas and things.
Absolutely.
With that. So what's it been like though, kind of switching gears and into Green Shoe, because again, the mental health focus. And so what do you think has been kind of maybe even one of your biggest takeaways in learning about this model?
I think the biggest thing for me is just kind of more personally is just putting the importance of mental health and self-care, like at home, like at a home level. And even with the model, like I have nieces, you know, from the age of 4 to 13. And so I aunt differently, you know, just how I talk to them and making sure like, you know, you're having a bad day, let's talk about it, you know? So it's just really kind of opened my eyes to just being more aware of
Mhm.
what's going on. And being a little bit more empathetic towards people, just because you never know. And as cliche as this is, like everyone's fighting a harder battle. And it's amazing just the people that come in on a Monday and how they live or leave on a Friday. And it really just kind of opens your eyes to, you know, you just never know what people are going through. So you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes maybe they just need a smile and that made their day. So it's just been really kind of, I don't know, just eye opening towards,
Mhm.
you know, what we do.
I know, and I think I had the same experience coming in, and I have a counseling background. And so, yeah, I thought I knew what codependency was, and I did, but this model really helped me see how much broader it is and
Yes.
expands, and to really be able to, from the outside perspective, you know, or the, like I said, the 90-foot, like to watch somebody come in on Monday
Hmm.
and the changes that they make, and just even just in their affect and the way they hold their body on Friday. I mean, it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
And it's so fun to kind of watch how all of that takes place. And I know a lot of times for the therapist, they're in the middle of it. So they know the change is happening, but they don't get that overview perspective.
Yeah, I know you and I have talked about it. It's just
Mhm.
like people come in Monday, they're very reserved, you know, uncertain. There's even a little bit of tension, but that's expected when you're going into something that you're not familiar with. And then Thursday, you know, it's like, woo, there's so much like just it's a heavy feeling. Like you
Mhm.
can feel it and you're not even in the rooms. But then Friday, it's like something just clicks and everyone leaves as if they were gifted a new puppy. Like it's just they're so like just transform. It's insane. And it's just, I mean, this is coming from like an outsider's point of view. Like I'm not in group. I'm not in the counseling session. So it's just nuts. And that's like my favorite part about it is like, oh, there's 5 people that, you know, they help. Like I love that.
Right.
Love
And that's where you and I had the fun job of going out then and telling everybody about it.
it. Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's let's tell more people and share about this. And you know, we get the fun thing of saying, hey, and it's no cost, and come, you know, anybody
Mhm.
can come, and
Yeah,
yeah, and kind of, yeah, proclaiming the the program and all of that. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm curious,
Hmm.
what is your background?
Oh goodness. And I am very diverse. I know. This is
Like, I'm
where,
gonna switch this up. I don't want it to be
okay,
all about me.
and how long do I have? Okay, so
All day.
I know I do have a counseling background. I actually got my master's at the University of North Texas. I am a Texas girl, born and bred. In fact, my mom lived in Oklahoma and had to cross the state line to have me. So not because of that, but
Good
just,
mom.
yeah, just because where she was, the closest hospital was in Denison. So got my master's in counseling, specialized in marriage and family, but also did a licensed play therapist. And that was, you know, a lot of fun. And again, this was back in the 90s when experiential types of therapies were really kind of big, and I say trending, but really for us to get away from the you sit over there on the couch and I'm going to sit way over here, to really helping people dive into their, whether the trauma or whatever they were going on, and finding new and different ways to treat that. So that was a lot of fun for me. The agency I was with, I think I really specialized with the kids, especially being on the younger side at that time, many, many moons ago. I really loved working with those hardcore teens and a lot of the hardcore teen boys. I seem to do really, really well with. And we had a great summer program that we would work with these kiddos and really just help them learn their worth and really develop these great social skills and things to go back to school. And within 6 weeks, they were crashing again. And so we had a really hard time watching all the progress they made. So we actually started a private school for specifically for kids with behavioral difficulties, which let's be honest, nobody wants to work with those
That's
kiddos.
amazing
I
though.
know. And it was so fun. I mean, and that's still one of my favorite populations, is working with those teens, and did that. And that's kind of where I got the education bug.
Mhm.
In conjunction with my licensed therapist, I went and got my teaching certifications, and we combined the therapy and the teaching. And I did that for goodness, many, many, many years. We separated from the agency because of school accreditation. So I became the executive director for the school. And in total was with them. I'm not going to tell how long because I'll give my age away, but many, 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 many years. Then for some reason, we decided, hey, my husband and I, we needed a new adventure. And he is in the theater world, which again is another passion of mine, and found a tenure position with Oklahoma City University. And the funny story is, we really weren't going to take it. We're kind of like, no, we can't move to Oklahoma. And you always hear that adage, God will give you a sign, or we prayed for, quote, a sign. Well, he gave us a billboard.
An
I know,
actual sign.
on my way to see my mom,
Oh my
with the
goodness.
two, at the time, young kids in the car. And I'd never heard of Oklahoma City University, then. And all of a sudden on the way, there was a billboard saying 1 in every 5 college students goes to Oklahoma City. And I went, what are the chances that I would see an Oklahoma City University billboard in
Mhm.
Arlington, Texas? And within 5 minutes, I'm getting a call from my husband. I'm like, you're not going to believe what I just saw. He's like, you're not going to believe what I just saw. Well, he drove every day to North Texas up 35, different highway, and passed the same billboard.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we were like, okay, maybe we need to think about this. So 10 years ago, we relocated here. And again, I stayed in the kind of the education world, but transitioned and worked with non-traditional students through career colleges, ran a couple schools here locally, then worked with special ed department. So my background is kind of all blended and mixed. Had a really good friend who actually used to work for me, was working for the headhunting agency that Green Shoe was working with to look for an executive director. Saw, it was a counseling agency, but they needed leadership. And he's like, okay, this is perfect for you. He calls me and I'm like, I wasn't looking, I was really happy.
Yeah.
But there was just something about it, that just really was like, this is where I need to be. And all it took was one meeting with Teresa. And I have to be honest, my second meeting was, with Chad. And you would think that would have been intimidating, but hearing his passion for this foundation and and support is not even the right word. His faith and his belief, in the mission and what we do, I thought, okay, I want to work for this group.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been, for me personally, life-changing
Yeah.
since. So are we out of time?
No, we can keep going. I can listen to you talk all day because you're so good at it. Or I'm like, yeah, that's great. Okay, next. Like
Next. But when we were talking about, and I know I've kind of, I have asked everybody, hey, their journey to Green Shoe, but it's funny how I really feel like that was such, a journey. And having that counseling background, yes, helps when you're learning about this model. But like you said, it's helped me personally. I'm doing more self-care things at home. Rebecca has really, in her practicing with yoga and her talking about her journey with that. And that's been very influential, with me. And the body keeps a score. Oh my goodness, that training that we did over COVID was very enlightening, and just how it, like you said, just affects me and my relationships and who I've shared it with and helping. So yeah, this model has been very, very, interesting. And before Green Shoe, obviously I was very passionate about mental health issues. Again, I'm still a kid person, having worked, like I said, in the special ed and education world. I still, and I have such a passion for our teachers and administrators. And not just because I've been in their shoes, but especially what they're going through now. And of course, I'm even thinking, today they're in an ice storm and there's no power yet. They're having to do online classes, and being able to have the patience to then still motivate and encourage those kiddos who don't feel like they're worthy, and can be motivating. So just really pushing that trauma informed teaching and care in our classrooms. I know here at Green Shoe, we work with the adults, and that is kind of where the first step needs to be in stopping that cycle. Because if we don't start with the adults, then we're going to continue perpetuating that cycle with the kiddos, you know. But yeah, I have to be honest, my heart is with what they have to go through and what their experiences are.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100% agree with you. I sympathize for the teachers. And yeah, you're right. Like just how the students feel right now. There's no telling. I mean, that's stressful. It's so different. You know, there's kids that it's hard for them to focus. So just like standing in like a little box with a computer screen, that's got to be hard.
Right.
I know it's hard for me and I'm on the computer all day. So I can't imagine a 7-year-old trying to do that, you know?
Well, and Amanda, you have said this because again, you're on the computer and you're mostly working from home right now. It's that loss of connection.
Yeah, it
and
is.
even if you are someone who loves to do that one-on-one kind of work, we need that connection with people, and that's kind of been taken away from us.
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely has its flexibility and its benefits, but I do miss coming into the office and like if I have an idea, just like barging in your office and like, hey, let's chat. Or just, you know, going to a coffee shop now is just kind of like, do I want to go? Do I want to risk it just to like have some sort of community around me? But yeah, it's different right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and like you said, that we're lacking that connection. Okay, so taking work out of it, what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? Well, not lately because it's been icy. I do like hiking. I have 2 very tenacious dogs. So I like to keep them active. My husband and I, before COVID, always would do concerts. We do a concert once a month. And then we're foodies. We like to eat and try new places. So yeah, we're just kind of simple, but pretty low key at the same time. So
Yeah,
what
I
about
know.
you?
I mentioned, you know, the theater, and it's kind of funny. I love music and all kinds of music. I think I was most upset because we had Foos tickets, and for was it May, right when COVID hit, and they postponed it to December, which now that's just been canceled. So, you know, I love going to concerts and hearing music, but I love the theater, and having a husband who works in the theater is awesome.
Yeah.
I get to go to tons of shows. He doesn't necessarily like it, so because it's his work, you know. And if we go to somebody else's show, it's like he has to turn that part of his brain off, you know. But we love to travel, go to Broadway and see shows. We, you know, we've been to London and different things. So yeah, I miss that going out. And oh yes, definitely a foodie. We love trying new places and adventures. And some of our favorites are those hole in the wall places.
Oh yeah, those are the best.
I know, and
Absolute
local.
best.
Oh my goodness, yeah. So, but I can be a homebody. I love to read. You know, curl up on the couch. I love in the summertime sitting by my pool.
Yeah.
Need to be outside a lot. And I have 2 boys. We've always been a sports family, whether it was soccer, baseball. We love watching football. Boys never played football, thank goodness. They were more into soccer and baseball. So
Oh my goodness, that's fun. Yeah, no, we like football too. We kind of we watch the Chiefs, obviously the Longhorns. But other than that, we really don't watch a lot of sports. But yeah, but F1, we watch a ton of F1. That's kind of like our love language. So we can watch reruns and highlights all day. So
yeah, and we've talked about this. We're race fans too. We're the Indy car. So, you know, it's not too far off. You know, used to do some NASCAR, but we've really stuck with the Indy car and traveled to some of those races and things like that. But I grew up with that. And then when Jeff came into the family, you know, he really got into all of that. And him and my dad take off and go to races quite a bit. So
that's awesome. That's so cool.
It's fun to do that. Okay, so how we kind of been ending the podcast is with these rapid fire questions. And so we got to, you know, you've got questions for me and I've got questions for you. So who wants to go first?
I'll ask you first.
Okay.
So, let me look at my notes here. Where do I want to start? If you could live anywhere, where would you live?
Edinburgh, Scotland.
Why?
Part of it is just family heritage. You know, really I want to go, but I want to live in a different country. But again, I'm not great with too much change. So if you go to Scotland, and probably not right inside Edinburgh, but I'm just thinking the countryside and the colors and then just the culture. And again, you're a train ride to London, which is a train ride to Paris, and it's a boat ride to Ireland. So anyway, just everything around there would be fun.
That makes sense. That makes total sense for you. All right. Do we ask your next one? Or you want to go back and forth?
You just hit them all.
Okay. If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chips and queso.
I was not expecting that, but yes.
Yes, with chorizo. Yes, honestly, I could eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Chips and queso.
Yeah.
Real chips and queso, which I'm sorry to say I don't get up here, but anyway.
No, I'm a tortilla snob up here.
Yes.
Oh, it drives me nuts. Like there's no good tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
None. Like I don't care. They're like, oh, try it. No, I'm sorry. But when you get South Texas, it's completely different and you're spoiled. And then you come back here and you're like, what is this? What have I been eating?
I
know. Okay. Chips and queso. I love it. All right. Who is your favorite Harry Potter character?
I mean, I'm such a Hermione Granger at heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of that. But I sure did love Luna.
She's fun.
Yeah, she was fun. But yeah, I think I would have to say Hermione.
Okay, Hermione.
Yeah, I kind of like to tell people what to do too. So
hence the leadership role.
Yeah, I'm not bossy.
That's fun. All right. What is your favorite childhood memory?
It would have to be kind of a group of them spending time at my grandfather's ranch. I had a horse. I loved horses. When I was little, I had a Shetland pony named Sugar. When I got older, I had an Appaloosa that we barrel raced, and she was a cutting horse too. So her name was Star. I had her till I was about 16. And so, yeah, those are some of my favorite memories of, spending time with my grandparents, very, very close to both of them. And they lived close together. So that was neat for me to have them.
Pictures of all this? That's kind of cool.
You
can bring them up.
I do. Yeah.
You need to share.
We'll see. Full on. Yeah. Stirrups, caps. Yeah. Boots. I still have boots. I mean, that's not a thing that goes away. So.
No, right. All right. Final question.
Okay.
And this is community fed.
Oh, no.
Yes. We would like to know, how many pairs of shoes do you have?
Amanda, I don't know. And I'm afraid to say, because I'm afraid that Teresa will have to have an intervention session with me if I really know. I mean, and they're everywhere. And I have bought so many shoe containers and shoe trees, and they're just...
That's insane. I'm just surprised like your master bedroom is not a shoe closet and then you sleep in your actual closet.
No, and my closet is kind of taken over with shoes. Now it gets a little bit of relief because you'll find a couple pair in the living room, you'll find a couple pair in the office, and then of course there's several in the bedroom. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's fun. That's so much fun. All right. That's all I got.
Okay, you ready? Okay.
No, I'm not.
And some of these may be similar. So okay. Favorite city in the US besides the ones you've lived in?
Ooh. The first thing that came to mind was Broken Bow, Oklahoma. That's where my husband and I like to escape, kind of do like our getaways real quick. It's great because they have just the really pretty cabins, but you're on the lake, you can zip line, you can off-road, and there's no service. It's so amazing to like not have a phone for like a weekend.
And it's beautiful there too. I love that.
Yeah, it's really great. So as much as I'm not like, I'm all like Texas, I really like Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It's really pretty down there.
Yeah. Well, you got some little hills, so it gives you that mountain-esque trees, lake, all of that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Favorite holiday?
This is so selfish. My birthday. It's January 1st.
Yeah. Well, if you don't say New Year's Day, you say my birthday.
Yeah. New Year's Eve, everyone's partying, everyone's celebrating. So it's never a bad time, and it's just really fun. So My birthday.
Didn't you tell me you were like second in line that day? Your mom was upset you weren't a little quicker to
Yeah,
get
because
whatever
my
the
mom's
first
birthday
baby
is
of the
on
year.
the 30th, so she was in labor for a long time.
Yeah. Oh
Sorry.
my. That's the way it goes. Okay. Which Hogwarts house are you?
I think when I took my quiz, I was Ravenclaw.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprises you, doesn't it?
It does actually. But do you agree with that one, or
No.
which one would you have gone with?
I thought it was gonna be Slytherin.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
But as a Slytherin, you might have answered Ravenclaw. No.
Maybe. That's funny.
Favorite junk food?
Oh, that's tough right now. Dr. Pepper ices. It's kind of my weak spot.
Had that always been your weak spot, or is that just within the last couple months?
Last couple of months for sure. I think prior to that, man, I'm not a junk food person. Like it's just, I'm not sugary. So it's just lately, It's just been Dr. Pepper ices.
That's funny. Now, one thing that people need to know about you, you kind of have a dark side. And so where I had asked everybody else about their favorite superheroes or princess questions or whatever, I'm asking you this. Okay. Evil power, shape shifting or spell casting?
Oh, spell casting.
Okay. There was a reason for that. So that's why I had to ask. Okay. Cake or pie? That's a question always around here.
Pie. 100% pie. People like cake is weird. Pie.
Yeah. All right. And to close us out, you kind of already talked about this, but what's your favorite self-care thing that you do for yourself?
This is very cliche. I'm a big bath shower person. But for whatever, like if I'm stressed, if I'm angry, if I'm anything, I can just lock myself away, put on music and just kind of hang out and just be like at home spa because it just makes me feel good. So it's really soothing for me. It's just honestly just being able to have like the steam and it's great for me because I can leave the bathroom. I'm like, okay, I feel like a human again.
And I know for me, I think my biggest self-care has always been I've got to take at least 30 minutes for myself. And I kind of doing something physical, whether it's exercising or, the last probably really since COVID, the yoga that has really been, and getting into even with intense exercising, the breathing patterns with that. That has been something that has really been helping my stress level and my body, body pains. Even it's so funny how I can work through different things just with the breath.
Absolutely.
And all of that. So, okay, well, we did it. That wasn't too painful. So. And I appreciate you doing it with me. You're kind of my partner in crime.
Always.
With different things. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot though here. Tell people how to find us. Oh my gosh. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also email us at info@greenshoe.org. You can DM us at greenshoefn or at greenshoe.org. And we need a new slide because you've started a new Facebook page just for these podcasts. I did. It's kind of new. So I'm still definitely introducing it. Yeah, go find Green Shoe Conversations. You can link that from the original Green Shoe page, which is still there. And so they absolutely can find us. Amanda, thanks for doing this. A lot of fun as always. And again, next week we are shooting for something fun and exciting. It's going to be so fun. Everybody. Okay.